Tell you say, me guarantee you tonight that where we are going to play at 11 o'clock, when you go to your bed tonight, you go and think till you can't think no more. Believe you me, it's not only enlightening but distressing. So, we want you stick around. Yeah, man, stick around. This is where I get enough African music from Cutting Edge again. Yeah, you know, the Cutting Edge was known for what we call it, exposing a lot of African music on radio. Up to now, we still not seeing no radio station expose the people them to authentic African music by any radio station. Yeah, if you don't listen to Irie, you might not hear no music we make on the continent of Africa. Believe you me, everything I come from America, England. 98% of the people them in Jamaica is of African stock. I will get exposed to so much things. But you know, so we there now for kind of change up the whole perspective and perception of things. So we feature music from the continent. Right now you listen to West African music. And them tune you play a party when you go to like Ghana and them places. Big party. You see people that move them hip and them waist. May I tell you. So you know all the people who turn out of the Turkey River Park there, you know. Believe you me, it was a wonderful Sunday. Here Dr. Sebe in person. I talk about food. Simple food. Why you love I want them lady for really bring Dr. Sebe to Jamaica. As simple as they take it was a historical moment because the first Dr. Sebe will come to Jamaica. Even though him have a kind of roots in a Jamaica, but you know him set up himself in Honduras. And him is one of the herbal doctors where has proven that certain things that them say can get better or get rid of. Certain disease, them say you can't get rid of or get better. Him is one of them who get it rid of it. As a matter of fact, his proof was tested in the Supreme Court of America when them draft him up to say him have false allegation, that's false allegation, but he was making false pronouncements that him can heal this and cure that, and guess what? Him win at the Supreme Court level. So it's not a joke thing when you say Dr. Sebe come to Jamaica. So why you love the one them who bring him here and who tell you say him come forward. He love Jamaica, man. After the program we go check him and him sit down there and I say, boy, Jamaica is something else. And him not go nowhere, you know. I just between the park and the hotel, dog carry hotel there, you know. No, but for that joke aside, you know, you see that place where them call Carib Hotel there. I mean, I advertise the place still, you know. Even though the same people, them own the same people, but you see that hotel there, you say that you open the door them to the veranda outside one at the back there. Trust me, man, any tourist to that, man, suppose you don't really want to go back which part he come from. And I feel it's that like Dr. Sebe too. Cause him not go nowhere, more than drive from the airport to the hotel to the park and back to the hotel. And he must say, oh, he love Jamaica. But it's the feelings of the people them also help to really make people say, wow, Jamaica is like paradise, man. The people them not feel say it's paradise still, you know. But foreigners believe say it's paradise because the greetings and the warmth of the people them. And plus, when you look outside of your hotel room, you see this blue turquoise beach and sun and rock and I tell you, man, it's like the same place where you never talk about in the Bible, Eden, Garden of Eden. When Christopher Columbus come to Jamaica and him land at this, well, him never land nowhere, you know. You know, Christopher Columbus never come on the island, yeah. No, him said him friend them, but the priest will come with him, you know, right in the memoir say, and I quote it directly, but this is the idea where him say. Him say, when he write in the memoir, him say, look here, man, you see him like how you think on the Garden of Eden in the Bible, it's like he's eat this. When them land here, that them see them eat this. Unfortunately, they never see it as no gardener feeding the soldier them because them never treat the Taino them right. Did you know that Christopher Columbus and them friend they were looking for gold in a Jamaica, and one of the punishment for not bringing back gold was chopping off one of your hand them. So only Taino did a walk on the place with one hand, because you find no gold, because that was the thing. Him promised the seal of them, where them take out of the prison, them take out all the murderer them and the pedophiles and the thief them and all the Bryans out of the prison and promise them gold and land. 3 ship but a man, we never did want to travel with him, but true, promise them gold and land. Them say them prefer they on the ship and travel than sit down in the jail them in Spain. When the man them come on here, them never knows about the gold them there. So them did have to find people who dip on the land to find the gold for them. You know much one Taino did dip on the island, yeah? Yeah, man, it's a terrible thing. Terrible thing the man them do. But we'll continue the journey. Why listen to this? So we love play this. Yeah, play it here right now.
When I look at Africa, many questions come to mind. Many times I ask myself, what would happen if Mwalimu were to rise up and see what is happening? Many times I ask myself, what would happen if Kwame Nkrumah and Patrice Emery Lumumba were to rise up and see what is happening? Because what they would be confronted with is an Africa where the Democratic Republic of Congo is unsettled. There is a war going on there, but it is not on the front pages of our newspapers because we don't even control our newspapers and the media. As I speak to you, the Central African Republic is at war, but we talk of it only mutedly. As I speak to you now, in South Sudan, the youngest nation in Africa, the Nuer have risen against the Dinka. As I speak to you now, Eritrea is unsettled. As I speak to you now, there is an ease in Egypt as there is an ease in Libya. In Niger, it is no better. In Senegal, in the Casamance, is no better. In Somalia, is no better. Africa is at war with herself. This is what they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with an Africa which statisticians and romantic economists say is growing, but which in truth is stagnated. That is the Africa that they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with an African which, as Professor Mlama intimated in our presentation here, is an African which is suffering from schizophrenia. He does not know herself. They would be confronted with an African whose young men and women have no interest and low love for their continent. They would be confronted with an Africa where young men and young women are constantly humiliated at the embassies of European countries and at the United States of America as they seek the almighty green card. They would be confronted with an Africa where young men and women from Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, and Mauritania drown in the Mediterranean as they seek to be enslaved in Europe. This time round, Africans are not wailing and kicking as they are being taken away to be enslaved. They are being seen wailing and kicking as they seek to be enslaved in Europe and America. This is the tragedy of Africa. They'll be confronted with an African where people have lost their self-pride.
Yeah. So we'll continue the journey with that. Yeah, play this bridge in here,
With an Africa where young men and women from Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, and Mauritania drown in the Mediterranean as they seek to be enslaved in Europe. This time round, Africans are not wailing and kicking as they are being taken away to be enslaved. They are being seen wailing and kicking as they seek to be enslaved in Europe and America. This is the tragedy of Africa. They'll be confronted with an African where people have lost their self-pride. An Africa where Africans are not proud of their things. An Africa where in the hotels of Dar es Salaam or Nairobi, even food has foreign names. When we fry potatoes, we call them French fries, even when they are fried in Dar es Salaam. That is the Africa that they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with another Africa. An Africa which does not tell her story. An Africa whose story is told by Europe and America, the CNN, Radio Deutsche Welle, Radio France. That is the Africa they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with the young men and women who have no pride in Africa. When they want to enjoy themselves, they sing the praises of football teams from Europe and America. It is Manchester United. It is Arsenal. It is Real Madrid. And Barcelona, not Yanga, not Mufulira Wanderers, not Gor Mahia, not FC Leopards. No. That is the Africa that they would be confronted with. They would be confronted with an Africa which does not enjoy theater and drama. That Africa celebrates Leonardo DiCaprio. It celebrates Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. The Africa does not celebrate Genevieve Naji of Nigeria or Rita Dominic or Lou Jacobs of Nigeria. It does not celebrate Bongowood or Nollywood or Riverwood. It celebrates Hollywood. That is the Africa with which they would be confronted. They would be confronted with African women whose greatest source of joy is cheap grade B Mexican soap opera, La Patrona, La Mujer de mi Vida, The Rich Also Cry. Why must we remind ourselves of these realities? Because throughout the ages, the battle has always been the battle of the mind. And if your mind is conquered, then you are going nowhere. And that is why in the ages of enlightenment in Europe, the great René Descartes said, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. And therefore, if Africans are to begin to make a contribution in their affairs, Africans must begin to think. But the question is, are we thinking? We have universities in their numbers. Tanzania has universities including Dar es Salaam. Nairobi has universities, as indeed Kampala, as indeed South Africa, Johannesburg. We have all these universities. We have engineers. But our roads are not being made by Tanzanian civil engineers. It is the Chinese who are present in this assembly who are making our roads. So we have engineers who cannot even make roads. We have doctors whom we have trained. But when we are sick, particularly if we are of the political class, depending on who colonized you, if you are colonized by the United Kingdom, you rush to London. If you are colonized by the French, you rush to Paris. If you are colonized by the Portuguese, you rush to Lisbon. And if you are colonized by the Spaniards, you rush to Madrid, Spain. And recently, because the Asians are beginning to get their act together, we run to India. And very lately, because the Arabs are also beginning to get their act together, we run to Dubai. Notwithstanding that we have the Kenyatta hostels of this country, the Muhimbilis of Tanzania, the Chris Hani Baragwanaths of South Africa, and the Mama Yemos of Kinshasa in Zaire or the Democratic Republic of Congo, but we have no faith in our doctors. In the area of education, we also don't have faith. Our political class introduced something that they call free education, but it's free indeed, free of knowledge. Because they are so suspicious of those institutions that the typical African politician would not dare take their children to those schools. Their children will be educated in the British system, in the American system, so that when they graduate, they go to the United Kingdom, to the United States. Not that there is anything wrong with those institutions, but the agenda is wrong because our leaders long lost the script and ought to be described for who they are, our misleaders. But we are co-authors of our own misfortune. Whenever we are given an opportunity to elect our leaders, we are given a blank check. And if you permit me a little latitude, and if you give me a blank check, and you allow me to analogize, and you say that I'm given the blank check to buy a Mercedes Benz, what we do is that when we are called upon, having been so empowered, we buy what one calls a tuk-tuk from India and expect it to behave like a Mercedes Benz. How does that happen? Because what we do is to elect thieves. We elect hyenas to take care of goats, and when the goats are consumed, we wonder why.
REFM, thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Muta Baruka.
No, that tape we just play a while ago, we're going to play a version to it at 11 o'clock. Totally different, but almost I deal with the same themes. You're going to be surprised. Trust me, you're going to be surprised. Brand new music from Third World. Doing over Abyssinian song again. Is a man who play the guitar. And is a man who play the bass. And is a man who play the drums. Not pure machine. Even though them I use machine, but this man I use the machine in a way where them call musical. Musical, artistic. Musicians we are talking about. Musicians. Jamaica seem to have moved from musicians. Most of the music them is one man sitting in a studio. Don't know not about music, but him can hear still. And they make the music like the music them when they did hear before, you know. And the one them when they did hear before, they totally off. But because him don't know thing more than the machine, him just suit him vibes with the machine and call 10 man to sing on the same rhythm. And then it just get big. And then now him become ambassador for Jamaica. And go around the world and make millions and come buy BMW. And whatsoever them are buying nowadays. And get all of the girls them. And have selfie. And Galaxy X6 and 10 and have hood over them head. I saw the place go now, I saw it go. The thing gone. But we not run with it. We not run go to it. No man, we have become it. Yes. It's anything we gone, make it go on, you know. But we have become it. Fab 5 and Queen Africa. Yeah, that tune there, sweet. Yeah, man, that tune there, sweet. It have everyone at the studio move. Believe you me. All right, you know where I say so now, because it really weird that since they killing of the 9 people in the church, that after that 7 black church get burned down. And they want to blame it on lightning. When I tell you, say, I bet a white man burn down your church and God lick it with lightning, you know, believe you me, because there's something dangerously wrong. If God love his church and he lick it with lightning, I burn it down. I bet a white man burn down your church and lightning. You think God joke? You can't imagine me have a church and lightning lick it, man. Would I go to my bed and I wonder, Lord, is what me do? Or who in my church we should have run? Is that serious thing, because no, you know what, I pray to God and God just lick you with a lightning, Rasta. You understand? Imagine you give your life to God and you devote it to God. And you still like you watch TV and lightning just come here and lick you. No, Rasta. I'm burn down your house. No, sir. I bet a white man come burn down your house here. Trust me. Me expect it of them to do it, but me don't expect God to burn down my house to be a pray to him, so man. No, boy, I tell you, but it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, The people must say lightning burn down the other seven church, them, Lightning just take church. It's just like in the space of a week. In the space of a week, Like you would kill the people them at the church, and 1 week, in that space of a week, they go right down, a black church burned down. No, sir. And them say lightning. When the people them have, the news report say lightning, and some people have said lightning, what? Lightning? What you talk about lightning? See, some people, a whole heap of people want to believe, say, some white supremacists do it. A whole heap of people, black people, want to believe that some white supremacists burn it down. A whole heap of people believe, say, boy, God know where my do with them lightning them. Them say lightning lick it down. A whole heap of people want to believe, say, it's false, what is bad wiring. But, check it. No coincidence at all. But if one thing is one of the same thing is one thing, but two of the same thing and three of the same thing, seven of the same thing happen. No, Rasta, believe you me, would have to go check it. Would have to go really check out my life, myself, all who they around me, all the animals they want me see around me, goat, sheep, lizard, anything. Would have to go check it out around me. Because I can't even perceive that in my thinking. Say, I am a devoted person to the Lord. I go to church every Sunday and I pay my tithes. And I pull my tithes too. And I do all sorts of things with my tithes. And really and truly, after me I live so, me love everybody, me love my next door neighbor. Me love my next door neighbor. Till sometime, his wife come over my yard, come stay. Be like, it just mind-boggling, Rasta. It's mind-boggling. That you do all the good things them. And then, not even like a wire, each one and next wire, and but now with a lightning from nowhere to the sky. Come burn down your house. No, sir. Me I drive a while ago and I think on it, Yeah, man, me I drive a while ago and I think on it and I say, this is when it's a belief. This is when you believe something. This is what we call faith. Faith come like almost a distraction from reality, Yeah, it's like when the faithful is so hopeful that them hopeful in a sense a kind of madness. It's like a madness. You believe in something and you hope that something will happen, but not in your lifetime, not the lifetime before you see that something that happen where you believe in that. And then you add something else to it and I say, well, all right, nobody know when it will happen. Just watch and pray. And you sit down and see generations come before you and it's something where you are saying going to happen with them, did I say going to happen with the other people, this say going to happen, not happen. And you feel saying in your lifetime it will going to happen. Well, I tell you, it's like these ideas, well, it's a long time. I drive and not think so much, it come like, it's a serious thing. I think the whole time I come, but I think upon all these ISIL people them, and the Taliban, and George Bush, and Obama, and all these people who give credence to a religion to the point where them will fight the next person because of a religious belief. Because believe it or not, Bush should have fight a religious war. See, Bush should have fight a religious war. But hear me I say now, the ISIL and the Taliban people them and the Al-Qaeda people them who give credence to a religion. And when you look on the three major religions them, you know, you talk about Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Islam. The three major religions them in the West, that's all. Most of the war them fighting in the world. It's them three set of people that fight the war. Or start the war, or war end the war. Most of the war them fighting in the world. Judaism, and you see we are going now with Israel in the Palestinian people them land. Christianity versus Islam. Islam say them are the true religion. And you know the funniest part, the weirdest part of the thing, you know. The three of them have them genesis in a one man. The three religion them, Judaism, Christianity and Islam, the three of them have them beginning in a one man. And that is Abraham. And then it reach a stage where these three things, these three so-called religious beliefs are come from one man who claim that there is some supernatural being that are guide him. So these three people, these three groups supposed to worship the one supernatural being, you know. Then me don't know if it's mad me mad or crazy me crazy, but if me I look on the earth here right now, I mean these three set of people, these three group create the most war and kill the most people on earth. I mean literally. The most people were dead. Dead in the name of one of these religions. From time it was created, from Judaism was created. Where Judah is in the name of Yahweh and thing, you must go in our city. And if the people them, it's a weird thing, you know. If the people them, when you go in our city, if the people them don't believe in the God where you believe in, kill the mother, the father, the picnic, the dog them, and burn down the city. And that the book say, you know. And that the book say. Let's talk about the three major religions now, you know. The first one, what them call Judaism. The God of that Judaism, tell the people them say, tell the warrior them say, the judges say, look here. You see if them people over there so not believe in the God where you believe in, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hear them why you do. You go and go raid them. You go and go kill them picnic. Kill them wife. Kill them animals and burn down the city. And next one come and say, God tell him so when they go into the city, must kill all of the man them. This is weird, you know. Kill all of the man, and if you want woman, take them for yourself. That is what this next prophet of Israel, God tell him to do, you know. God come again and he must say, let my people go. Him tell Moses, well, we don't know if it's who did attack to Moses, because it come like Moses did not smoke too much ganja. Because him have a tree attack to him in the book. Maybe it's a ganja tree too, I don't know. But yeah, maybe it's a ganja tree and two Moses never used to smoke, and him stammer. When he sent the smoke, him start to hear a sort of voices that come out of the bush. Moses, take off your shoes, because where your place where you stand it, Musa used to walk there. Yeah, that's a serious thing. But three religion, you have wars, more wars and wars, and all them win, like God tell them, say, look, I said the land over there, so, flowing with milk and honey, go and go kill all the people, them and take the land there. You see them people over there, so them don't believe in your God, kill them. This is Judaism. They will come down to Islam. Islam wreak havoc over the place, even through Africa. The belief in this Islamic thinking. Well, we shall talk about Christianity first, second, because Christianity, I think them say Christianity come after Judaism, then you have Islam is the youngest one. But Christianity come in the name of Jesus, the amount of things were going on in Europe. One of the biggest atrocity in the world ever say is chattel slavery. In the name of the God and the Pope of Rome. This was not even the Pope of Rome neither, you know, because the British come out, the Anglican Church. The Anglican Church sanctified and justified slavery. The Anglican Church, not an individual. Because them man never said nothing wrong with slavery, because the Bible tells us that slaves must be obedient to their master. Slaves must be obedient to their master. And that Christian book say. The Christian book say that. And then in the name of Jesus, them all kill themselves too. And in the name of Jesus, them broke is religion divide Europe. Yeah, religion divide Europe. And it's still a divide Europe today. But when we say religion divide Europe, we are talking about how you have a man named Martin Luther, not to be mixed up, confused with Martin Luther King, but him named Martin Luther from Germany. Him is the one where did say the Pope, the mark of the beast is Rome, the woman, the harlot woman. And then from out of Martin Luther come the Protestant, the church, them call the Protestants, them know where them are protest against the Pope too. Them are protest against all the dogmas in Rome there. So out of Christianity now come the Protestants. And you know the work of the Christians them all over the world, we say them are come civilize people and teach them about Jesus Christ. Them kill the people them in the name of that Jesus Christ. Then now you have now Islam. Islam claims superiority over all because them say Muhammad is the last prophet and only genuine prophet we left. There's no other prophet going to come after Muhammad. You understand? And Allah is the Almighty. Them say the Muslims mean one who submit to the will of God, or one who submit to the will of Allah. So if you're not with me, is against me. So you're an infidel or other whatsoever them want to call you. So them go in Africa and devastate Africa. Well, not them go, but the people them who give credence to the religion, use the religion against the people them who them come enslave. Because let's not forget it, you know. The Arab them enslave Africans before the Europeans come and enslave Europeans and come and enslave black people. So what we have now is that now you have a group of people who give credence to this religion and them use the religion to create havoc in the world. So we are maintaining that these three religions, even though them claim the same father and apparently the same God, but only thing them call it different name. These religions, if a man can show me what these religions do for help man to be more loving and kinder, and if man have been loving and kinder with these religions, how does it wear to where man have been evil and cruel against man in the name of these religions? Because when we look on the world today, everybody bawling and everybody has searched for that entity and that being where we give them, we remember them of a divine intervention in them sorrowful, pitiful life. Because that is really where all people want to have, you know, them life pitiful. And so them search for something outside of themselves. And them search for this religious belief. And some of them get more vile. Vile. So, we're going to play these ads and come to where we tell us we're going to play, you know, because black people, we're in a serious problem, but you know, we're so caught up in a religion and politics and the daily wear, food, clothes and shelter thing, that we don't find a time for just sit down and do nothing and say nothing. And just be nothing. Just sit down and just be nothing. People afraid for that. Them want to be something all the while. But there's a time when you have to be nothing. And sometimes, believe you me, it's when people that about them pray, I better them meditate. Yes, because when you start praying now, you have to pray to something, for something. When you meditate, you go into yourself. Yeah, man, you go into yourself. And you have to go in a special place to go meditate. You can't sit down by your toilet bowl and meditate. Yeah, man. So when we are talking about self, we not be egotistic and talk about the self which is. We are talking about the self which should be. You see, and we are motivate the inner being, the consciousness that bind all away. And say, look here, the whole thing are one life, you know, and there's different manifestation. But see, because the manifestation so distinction. But see, because the manifestation so different, may I tell you, it get combustible. And then to the point of confusion. And this is what we have now, this confusion. So where the gods them there? Where the creator of all this and that which is and which is not? Where the creator of evil and good there? Where the creator of man and woman there, of heat, air and water? That creator stand by and watch. Three group of people are fight over him and are craze and are create death and destruction upon the earth. We're supposed to be nice. And this supernatural being sit and look on these little pot. Because how can the pot look on the potter and claim greatness? When it's the potter that made it. So when you look on all how the pot them are going and how we see the world I get devastated. Devastated by not by nature devastated it. Not by the wind or the fire or the water. Because the destruction of all the things I said just now is man I create all these things. Man I create disturbance in the atmosphere. All the poison you see, a man I create the poison. So when you talk about sin, a man creates sin. Because all the things that is anti-life is sin. Anything where is anti-life, in a religious perspective, it's sin. But people create things that is not of life and put it in a them religious belief. When you see a man now say, thou shalt not kill, and then him turn around and say, when it said thou shalt not kill, it don't mean goat and pig, you know, it means thou shalt not kill man. So this being will give this commandment, say thou shalt not kill. Even I'm all powerful, almighty, all thing, and make all life form. You tell me say him only mean don't kill man? No, sir. That limited man. If the all powerful, almighty full being said thou shalt not kill, and he's giving man this commandment, thou shalt not kill. The only way it could have only really mean thou shalt not kill human being is if it's not no supernatural being said, or it's not no divine entity said, because there's no way. I mean, I talk for divine entity, because I say, and me as a human being and a master, so there's no way the divine being will me accept as a creator of all things would have said, thou shalt not kill, and it's only talk about human beings. When he said, thou shalt not kill to human being, him attack to only thou shalt not kill human beings. Serious thing. This is the cutting edge on RFM.
FM really rocking, you know.
Hey, Joe. The brother the dangerous Rasta. No, me I tell you say, we are talking to a brother half of the year, the brother, we are trying to rectify this homo sapien, homosexual, homo word sapien. And I mean, him realize him come in, when me talk last week, the same brother was to me a devil. Me ask him if him know what homo sapien mean, and him said, no, homo sapien mean. He ask me what it mean, and I tell him, say, alright, here what you going to do? You go find out about it, you know. Me not tell you everything. Anyway, the Virgin call a while ago and say, based upon what him did here, it looked like him coming at the last part. Him coming at the last part, and what we did that say. That's why I did not interpret the word, or me did that say. He might give one the Latin meaning, and he might give one the Greek meaning, and them think that them we are dealing with them program, you know. Anyway, him say the one who mean that deal was the Latin translation, and the one where homosexual is a Greek translation. Him say, oh, but him never hear about the homo sapien, why the relationship to the homo sapien as opposed to the relationship to the homosexual reasoning. So him say, oh, me come in at the last of the last of the conversation. It's like the man where come in at the church and hear the pastor say, there is no God. And the start say, the pastor, him say, the pastor said, there is no God. No, I want to go home. I don't wicked joke. No, I don't even tell the joke. I don't know because I laugh so much. Because I can't reach the last part of the joke. No, wait there. Read enough for me, you know. Read enough for me. Look at now. The brain. No, me can't tell that joke. I tell a joke. I'm going to play something at all. No, I'm going to play something. I can't really tell a joke. I can't tell any of that joke. I don't believe you because I'm not going to talk to you. I forgot wait, Rasta. I can't really tell any of that joke. All right. You know... All right, here we go. We're going the tape also we're going to play. We're going to play the tape. I can't make. I think that tape is about 12 minutes. I can't get 12 minutes was a laugh half here. Okay, so here's what we are playing now. Listen to this.
Hi, name is Stan, and I've been watching the Black Power community for the last 100 years. I just noticed that you guys have been having some problems figuring out what to do about me. You see, I'm a cracker. Yeah. The white man. The guy that has been running the whole world for the last 2,000 years. Well, the reason that I stopped by to speak with you today is to help. I've been watching you guys fight over gaining real black power, and thought I would give you a few pointers. Since we white guys have been running things since we invaded Africa, I figured I would lay out a blueprint to help you achieve your objectives. Might as well use a plan that works, right? Besides, it beats the backward, no progress, mistake repeating methods you people have been trying for the last 400 years. So I knew all of you needed some help. Especially, after Barack Obama got into office. He's a great guy, but a black man in a white man's house ain't really saying much considering all the hell you people have been through. Don't get me wrong. In many ways I know you were happy to get at least one black into office. This is good when you want to run politics, but ruling the world is what we white folks specialize in. Have you ever heard of the Illuminati? Well, that is the kind of coordination you are going to need to begin taking over the world. Okay, let's get started. Today, I am going to give you 3 things that we did to take over the world. You can use these too, and begin to gain real black power. Number 1. The first step to taking over the world is unity. I know you have heard of this before, but black people seem to really struggle with this one. You just don't seem to get it. You would rather fight against each other, instead of your enemies. This is bad business and you will never get true freedom doing things this way. Instead, do what we did to gain power. We divided and conquered entire countries based on their differences, while holding true to our similarities. I am white. There is no changing that. My God-born tendency is to preserve my own. Nothing is racist about that. It is just common sense. You people are the stupid ones, going around trying to love everybody, but yourselves. We kicked your asses here in America for over 400 years, and you still go around talking about Jesus loves everyone. While you've been doing all the praying and jumping around, we have been buying up the world and making laws you have to abide by. No offense, but everyone else has unity but you. I mean, look at the business in your neighborhoods. The people that control it don't even look like you. In fact, everyone who comes to this country sets up a business in the black community. The Korean,
in that part.